We live, baby. All right. Back in the building. Bro, how did you comment before I even started? How the fuck did that even happen? Shout out to my guy, Notes. Yeah, I mean, one of my biggest supporters, man. I still got to find a way to make y'all moderators. We got to figure this out. If y'all know, just let me know so I can make these adjustments. Definitely need... Let me do this right here. I'm going to bring my guy, Josh, on. This is a good friend of mine. Actually trained him for a little bit while he was boxing. And we got a couple videos together. If you look at the Pivot Boxing Network, if you was to look up that channel on YouTube, you will see that we had a couple sit-down talks. And we had two videos that did pretty solid views. Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, like our fight talk back and forth about it, that generated 12,000 views. And then we also did a prediction for Ugas and Earl Spence, and that did 32,000 views. So two videos altogether did 44K. So it was some great boxing talk. We got a great dynamic going on, and we definitely chopped it up. We really showed that we could really talk boxing with just about anybody. So I'm gonna send him the link right now. Let me just make sure my audio good, make sure everything correct. You know what I mean? Let me make sure everything is everything. Let me make sure everything is everything. Everything. All right. We all good. We got two people in the building. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, we definitely ready. I appreciate that notes. Let me I'm gonna go send this to him on Instagram right now. You? All right. We had the mic muted for some reason, but we good. So I'm gonna just wait for my guy to come back on here. Let's get into some talks, man. I believe I just got a post sent to me as I was setting up. You know what I mean? I didn't know exactly what I was going to talk about. Nobody left no comments on the community post about what I should speak on. Shout out to Stop Motion MMA, one of my guys. I appreciate him, man. One of my biggest supporters on Mazuma TV. I appreciate him. As we get further down, as we get further in time with Mazuma TV and see how much it grows, man, I'm not gonna forget you guys, man. Notes and Stop Motion MMA. Those my guys, man. Appreciate it. All right, let me see. All right, my guy Josh is here. Let me add him. Yo.
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you clear. You hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. All right, man. I already had introduced the people to y'all. We only got 3 people here right now, but I was just letting them know that you was a guy who was at our gym. We definitely got some work in for a little bit, but we always had good boxing talk. You know what I mean? So I was telling them about the 2 videos that we did, and they did altogether. They did almost about 45,000 views. So a lot of people seem to gravitate towards what we're talking about. So I figured I'd bring you on today.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no doubt. This Josh right here, man. He's a son of a former professional fighter too. If y'all, man, shed light on him, man. Talk about him.
Oh yeah, Paz, he fought at 47. He fought for a top 3 spot in at welterweight against Roberto Garcia. And Roberto Garcia, after that fight, my pop came up short in that fight, but that was after some defeat he had took against I forgot boy's name, but he ended up passing away. But he was, it was a controversial fight where my pop. A lot of people thought my pop won, but they say he was robbed. It had something to do with promoters, stuff like that. But he went through his downs from that time. Kind of like not took boxing serious, but he was still a force to be reckoned with, man. That man from 147 carried power all the way up to 168, 175. They called him the Latin Mike Tyson. It was the truth, man. He was punching like that for real. And his style alone was entertaining. So like, they could check it out for themselves on YouTube. Jose Medina, check him out.
Jose Medina. Yo, just to give you a little bit more insight on Jose Medina, that man was smaller than me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo. So, and I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9". I'm not that big of a dude. He probably more like in the 5'7" area, maybe.
He like my pop like 5'5", 5'6", 5'6" at most. At most.
Yeah. Probably on a good day, probably 5'7", but 5'6". And this dude, when I tell you the video that I've seen from him, first of all, you wildin'. I don't know what type of time you on over here, my brother. You wildin' with the hard eyes. But anyway.
That's wild.
Yeah, he wildin'. He got one more time to do that. We don't do that Caitlyn Jenner shit over here.
He on that zest.
Yeah, he on some zesty shit. I ain't with all that. But anyway, from the footage that I've seen from this man, this guy's left hook, it helped because going around for the little bit of time I was boxing, I thought I had a mean left hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought I had a mean left hook. I was going around thinking I was Tito Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? Then I seen that man left hook and the power that he would generate on that lead hand, and it humbles me, dog.
Yeah.
That dude's left hook was different. That shit was like a fucking freight train.
Bro, I was convinced that my pop landed clean on anybody, bro. Like that's how much power he got in my eyes. I believe if he land clean on anybody, they getting hurt, drop, rock, something, bro. I just can't see nobody taking a flush shot and not reacting to him.
That's a fact. And you could just tell off the eye test how strong that hook was. And this man done sparred he sparred Prime De La Hoya.
Yeah, De La Hoya.
Bro, he was Prime De La Hoya chief sparring partner, bro.
Yeah. I had tweeted a picture of De La Hoya and my pop back in the day. This was probably like 6 years back and all that when I was on Twitter. And De La Hoya happened to see it, and he commented on it like, yo, he was strong, like hit real hard too. And that just speaks for itself. De La Hoya in sparring, saying that someone hits hard like that, that alone tells you what it was.
Oh, look, this dude, you know what? He said, Mark, why you got a problem with Oscar Valdez? Bro, first of all, he tests positive. So that's one. So if I got a problem with somebody, it's usually for a reason. This man is a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So he tested positive for a banned substance, still had a tough fight with Conceição. Then he loses to Shakur Stevenson, then he loses to Navarrete. So, like, come on, bro. Like, this obvious. You know what I mean? And why you bothered that I don't like a cheater? Do you endorse cheating? Like, bro, I don't understand what your angle is. You know what, man? Get this motherfucker the fuck up out of here.
Get him off that John, bro.
Get him the fuck up out of here, bro. He was playing with me all yesterday, too, and I was letting him slide. Yeah, he was playing with me all yesterday, and I was letting him slide. Salute, Dawu. Appreciate it. Facts. Yep, he tripping. But anyway, yeah, bro, I feel like I needed to shed light on him because, bro, he was a dude that I feel like never really got to his full potential. But you can tell, man, he was a problem.
Yeah, he went up the hard route too.
We got similar. What you say that?
I was saying my pop went up the hard route too. It's not like, they was out here picking fights. He ain't had no Olympic background, nothing like that, like amateur background. He was out here fighting with the dogs, whoever was out here, Everybody coming up together, he was fighting whoever. Any name that came up. So, these guys that was coming up from, big guys too, naturally 160 pounders. And my like we said, my dad was a smaller guy, but he was putting in work, man.
Yeah, he was on that Roberto Duran shit. Small dude, but was carrying that power up the higher weight classes. Nah, bro. Much respect. Every time I see him, man, it's always good seeing that man. But I brought that up because it's not like you just one of them dudes who just hopped up off the couch and be like, yo, let's talk about boxing. We actually had similar upbringings. because my dad was a fighter as well. He didn't take it exactly where your father took it, but I remember seeing him, you know what I mean, with his duffel bag and him taking me to go hit the bag and shit like that and just being involved in all types of training. So we grew. What I'm trying to say is we grew up into this sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
sure.
that's probably a good reason why our diet, like how our chemistry good with the boxing talk. You know what I mean? But what I wanted to speak on, according to Michael Benson, I literally just saw this as I was hooking everything up. That allegedly the reports are saying that Haney and Regis is official. I believe they said October 28th. So that's the fight that they got going on, and it's gonna be for Regis Prograis WBC World Title. I'm happy for Regis. He finally getting that big fight because he honestly hasn't. Throughout his career, he's been having a tough time getting big fights. You know what I mean? He had a good fight against Josh Taylor or whatever. It could have went either way in my opinion, but that was the last big fight he really had. And Josh Taylor at the time wasn't really the biggest name. He actually ended up becoming a bigger name after he became undisputed. But you know, it's finally official. Devin Haney is moving up to 140. What's your take on Devin Haney moving up, and what's your take on the actual fight going on?
I like the fight, first of all. Yo, that's a real good fight, in my opinion. I think stylistically, that's a good fight for Devin, honestly. You know, I like Devin going up to 140. I thought, like, anytime I seen Devin fight, I always got that feeling like, yo, the man felt, I don't want to say drained. I don't want to say that because, you know, that's like making excuses for, like, you know, his last performance, people thought it was real close to Lomachenko. But I thought he was big for that weight, for real. 140, I think, gonna suit him better. You know, he might be able to, you know, take a shot better because I know a lot of people think he's chinny. I think that myself. But I think overall, I got Devin Haney in that fight. If that's what you're asking me too. I'll go Devin Haney.
Just overall thoughts on the fight?
Yeah, I like the fight. I think Devin Haney outboxes Regis. Regis fights. He got an awkward style, so he could give Devin Haney some problems. If he land a shot, I think that's what we'll be looking for, how Devin Haney reacts to it. But for the most part, I don't think that's what it's gonna have to be. Regis is gonna have to land a shot. I can't see Regis winning a 12-round fight against Devin Haney. Like, I don't see him winning on rounds, points, and nothing like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I actually got a similar take to you, but before I get into that, just to give you an idea of how big Devin Haney is, I actually seen him at the 20. He's fought in Philadelphia several times. So if you look through his box rack, you'll be able to see. I think he did a couple fights under Hard Hitting Promotions. That's a Philadelphia-based company over here. And then he had one fight. He had one fight over here on Showtime at the 2300 Arena against the White Bull. Man, I forgot his name. Tiafimo knocked him out too. Damn, bro.
Sure.
You remember he hit Tiafimo hit the White Bull one punch and like he froze and hit the canvas like face first.
I think I know you're talking about. Like, he jumped in with a lead.
Yeah. He hit him with a mean overhand. Boom, right on the chin. Devin Haney fought him. Let me see, bro. I gotta find this dude's name. But I didn't talk to him anything like that. I didn't have a real conversation with Devin Haney. But seeing him in person, bro, me and him are about, I mean, obviously there's a weight difference. I'm about 175, 180. But we're about the same height. Same build, everything. So, and at the time that I was competing, I was a welterweight. So he really has the build of a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to necessarily say 154, but he could easily fill in the 140. I think he's going to acclimate to that weight quick because of how drained he was at 135. I feel like as soon as he keeps them extra 5 pounds, his body's going to take advantage of it. He's going to fill in immediately.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But
he's real athletic, man. He's real athletic. I thought even at 135 being drained, he looked like he had still a lot of energy. You know, he looked good on his feet. He boxed real well. So 140, it's gonna give him that push. He gonna look that much better.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I felt like the longer he was staying at 135, the more fight he was leaving at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because when you watch the end of that, I never seen Devin Haney have fatigue issues throughout any of his fights, and a lot of his fights went the distance. Jojo Diaz, Jorge Linares, all them, both of Cambosa's fights. But with Lomachenko, I don't know if it was necessarily Lomachenko's pressure that was breaking him up, But you could tell in those later rounds, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, he was showing signs of fatigue. You know what I mean? Like he don't got no quit in him or anything like that. So I'm not gonna say like he was looking for a way out. That's not what it is. But the way that he broke down in those later rounds, that could be because of Lomachenko's pressure. Because Lomachenko not only puts he's smart, he got angles and all that, puts a lot of pressure on you mentally. It's draining. You know what I mean? But it could really be chalked. Devin Haney's fatigue in that later half of the fight really could be chalked up to leaving a lot of his fight at the gym when you training too hard. You know what I mean? And I even heard Floyd Mayweather say it: overtraining is just as bad as undertraining.
Yeah, he spoke on the Spence fight with that. I seen that. Yup.
Yep. So with that being said, it's like, you know what I mean? That could be a reason why he was fatigued so much. And if he continues to stay at 135, it might take a toll on his health, similar to what's going on with Virgil Ortiz right now. That kid growing like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he keep trying to make the 147 limit, and his body keeps telling him, yo, we can't take this weight cut anymore.
It's over. It's over.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your body's deteriorating because you're trying to force your body to do something it doesn't want to do. You know what I mean? Like, Xander Zayas, he was having trouble at 47, so what he do? He moved right up to 54.
Right up, yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to pay attention to your body. You know, so like I said, I think Devin Haney's gonna love that extra 5 pounds that he's gonna put on with this fight against Regis. He might feel rejuvenated. He might feel replenished. You know what I mean? It's still a cut regardless. You can tell Haney walk around in the 60s area. In all honesty, his face feeling real nice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to talk about when he had this interview, he was like, "Yeah, I'm like 150." I'm like, "Yo, bullshit."
Man,
this
nigga,
like bigger than 150.
Like 150. Okay.
Yeah. Nobody try to hear that shit.
Like 159,
5'9" and a half, walking around that weight. That shit crazy, bro. That's wild. That's not even
he probably mean like 159.
His weight.
That's what he mean by 150.
Yeah.
159. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So now getting into it, the fight stylistically is like Regis Prograis, his last fight against Zorrilla. You could tell he respected that dude's power. That dude had he was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? The dude was real awkward, ugly fight stylistically. Regis did what he had to do, but you could tell like early on, Regis looked like he respected the dude's power. He was being extremely cautious. So that let me know in my mind, getting Regis respect is possible because he showed it. You know what I'm saying? Now, does Devin Haney have the power to make Regis respect him? We don't know that. We won't know that until they fight. You know what I mean? He might catch him at the end of a right hand and they might stun him. We don't know. You know what I mean? This is boxing. We never know. And he might have a little bit more umph on his punching now that he's moving up in weight. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I just think that looking at Regis Prograis, he has a little bit of a skill set to him. He's more economical with his punches. You know what I mean? He's a big puncher, but he's not that. He doesn't really let his hands go all like that. And as Note said right here, Regis has trouble cutting off the ring. I've seen that as well. That's something that might be a problem against Devin Haney as well, because you already know Devin Haney not gonna sit there and trade with Regis.
Like, he's going out there to box. He going out there to outbox him. He gonna be on his toes for that fight. That's for sure, yo.
Bro, he's gonna be himself. He's gonna But there are some concerns with Devin Haney, because I did notice that he does tend to forget about his jab against southpaw fighters.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, bro. Like when he fought Jojo Diaz rarely uses his jab, and when you look at the punch stats, Jojo Diaz actually outlanded Devin Haney in the jab department, which blew my mind. Because it's like when you look at Devin Haney and his style, he got one of the best jabs in boxing.
Yeah, that's all he
honesty.
Used. That's how I look at him. I know him as he used that jab. Everything is behind the jab. The same like Earl Spence. He has one of the best jabs in boxing. He showed it against Camboza. His jab is A1. But it seems like he seems to steer away from it when he goes against southpaws. We also seen it, him having trouble with his jab when he fought Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He had trouble with it against Lomachenko. And I don't know if it was because Lomachenko was able to neutralize that jab. I don't know exactly what the situation was, but he was neglecting it as well. Another thing
Another thing that I noticed too is that he tries to catch that overhand left. When they throw that overhand left, Jojo Diaz will throw that overhand left. He would try to catch it, and it'll just come right above the glove. So he has trouble defending that overhand left. You know what I mean? So to fight somebody like Regis who has dynamite in his hands, he's gonna have to box a great fight. You know what I'm
Perfect
saying?
game, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
his distance has to be A1 the entire time, and he cannot get too greedy with Regis because Regis might be able to punch with him, and he could catch Devin Haney in an exchange. So if I was a part of Regis Prograis corner, I would advise him to punch with Devin Haney as much as he can. I would definitely be working his cardio, definitely be pushing his condition in this camp because you might not be able to box with Devin Haney, but you can overwhelm him with volume if you go about it the right way. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that's in Regis' DNA to do. He likes to set up his punches, you know what I mean? And he's real economical. He likes to stay composed and take his time. And I just think from a stylistic standpoint, that's something that Devin Haney could take advantage of.
Yeah,
I don't see Devin Haney hurting him. I don't see him dropping him. I don't see him stopping him. But I can see him. I can see him getting a shutout on the scorecards if he's anything like himself. You know what I'm saying? I can see him shutting him. I can see him shutting him out on the scorecards if he goes about it the right way.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, bro. That's gonna be Regis' best chance in my opinion as well. I think he should make that fight a dirty fight. Like, in all honesty, he gonna have to make it rough. Get on the inside, fight with him. Like, don't sit there, take your time, let him bank them early rounds. Then later on, Regis gonna he gonna get stuck in that like gunshot type mode, waiting for one shot at a time. It's gonna be easy to see that shot coming because that's what you've been looking for the whole night. So,
yeah, and this actually reminds me of. It reminds me of when Andre Berto fought Mayweather, right? It was on the epilogue on All Access. Virgil Hunter was talking to somebody. I don't know exactly who he was talking to, but the dude told Virgil Hunter, he was like, "Man, he should have made it an ugly fight. He should have let his hands go. He should have made it a rough and tough fight." He was like, "Yeah, but that's not Berto. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not his DNA to do. That's not his style. That's not what he's comfortable with doing. That's not him. You know what I'm saying? That's like, and that's why they say styles make fights, because if it was so easy to resort to that one thing, then, you know what I mean, fights might be a lot closer. Like,
yeah, that's for sure.
Like George Kambosos, they could have told him make the fight dirty or make the fight rough, but that's not in him. That's not his style. That's not who he is. So why would you expect him to drastically make that change in the middle of a fight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that Regis is in that situation. You know what I mean? He might be able to pull that out his head. He might have that dirty shit in him. I don't know. But just watching his fight and how he goes about things, I think his style is all wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like his style for the fight. I think he will try to come out and get aggressive. I don't know. I think Devin will be able to get away from him. He gonna use a lot of movement for that fight, and it's not a bad thing. That's the right thing to do for that fight. He don't want to sit there, give Regis a chance. His best bet, go out there and pitch a shutout. Go out there, box behind his jab. If Regis sitting there waiting for him, let his hands go, but stay at a distance. Like, maintain the distance and don't let him get close to him.
Look at this goofy right here. All right, let me answer this first before I go about. It said Tank or Haney. That's an interesting fight. You know what I mean? Obviously these two guys got history. Haney has some tools that Tank may struggle with. The reach, the jab. You know what I'm saying? Him just being a slick guy with some good movement, it might provide Tank with some problems. But in all honesty, I got Tank. I think Tank has the tools available. He's skilled. He's explosive. He got fast hands. He got power in both hands. He places good body shots. He's accurate. You know what I'm saying? And he sets traps real well. I think that's something that's real underrated about Gervonta.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of people talk about his uppercut and his power.
Oh, he hit hard, all that bullshit.
Yeah, they don't talk about what sets up them power shots and how he's able to land those shots. You know what I'm saying? How clean he lands the shots. So Gervonta's skill set is definitely underrated. And I think that he'll be able to beat Devin Haney. I don't think Devin Haney has the power to make Tank respect him in any type of way. You know what I mean? So his best bet would be to tie Tank up, frustrate him, give him some movement, and try to set traps on Tank. I think that's his best bet. You know what I mean? Making it a frustrating fight for him and making him just act out of his character. Let me see. Look, this dude. All right, this is the comment. He said, "I don't mess." He said, "I don't mess with how you be saying Shakur 50-50 fight with Tank. Shakur never faced anyone like Tank. All right, but has Tank faced anybody like Shakur?
Listen,
You know
that
what I'm
fight
saying?
is
Like,
a
I don't understand
50-50
this. First
fight,
of all, you
man.
saying I don't mess with how you be saying, bro. First of all, you ain't gotta mess with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta mess with anything. I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like what I'm talking about, then you go to another channel who you prefer their narrative more. In all honesty, it is a 50-50 fight. Neither one of these guys have fought anyone that's like each other. Tank hasn't fought nobody like Shakur. Shakur hasn't fought nobody like Tank. We know this. Let's not act like Shakur ain't one of the most skilled dudes in boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? Great inside fighter. He could give you movement when he needs to. Very defensively sound. He's probably the best defensive fighter in boxing right now. And he puts together great combinations, and he don't have like the biggest pop, but he got respectable power. You know what I mean? I think that from a skill set standpoint, he might pose a lot of problems to Tank. But Tank
that's
is
100%.
always in the fight. Tank is always in the fight. So it's like, how is this not a 50-50 fight? That's what I'm understanding. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna lean more towards Tank, that's cool. I can't say nothing about that. But I'm not about to sit here and disrespect Shakur Stevenson like he not who he is.
Nah, listen. The way I look at it is this: if the fight went 12 rounds and you had to bet your money on a 12-round decision, 9 out of 10 people gonna lean with Shakur. Mm-hmm. You're gonna lean with Shakur, and if you heard a knockout happen, you're gonna think it was from Tank in. So it's like that sounds like a 50-50 fight to me. You know, Tank has the boxing abilities to be in there with Shakur. Shakur said it himself. He respects Tank boxing abilities, but that's why I think Shakur be a tough fight for Tank. A lot of these guys that go out there with Tank, they think Tank is just a puncher. They go out there, you know, they try to push the pace on him, thinking his skill isn't that good, and then they get surprised when Tank throws some shit out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't respect the skill. They just think it's just all power. That's why Rolly got knocked out. And the same thing with Ryan. Shakur not stupid. That man know Tank got skill and power. He gonna go out there and he gonna box, bro. He gonna be real. He gonna be the sharpest he can be. And people gotta keep in mind, like, he don't have Terrence Crawford and Keyshawn Davis in his training camp, bro. That's big, bro. Those type of guys in your training camp, like, you sparring with them on a day-to-day basis, like, it's gonna be hard to win a decision against guys like Shakur Stevenson. Like, 9 out of 10, you're going to have to knock Shakur the fuck out, which Tank can do. So, it's, you know, that speaks for itself. It's a 50-50 fight. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Bro, it's a great fight, bro. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, like, look, he's still right. He said, why you gassing dude like that? He only had one fight at 135, all that boxing ability. What will you do when you get hit? Tank will come out of 135. Bro, you entitled to your opinion, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's mad that I'm not like I don't know if you used to yes men, bro. I don't know if you just used to people agreeing with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly how you grew up, but there's other people out here that's not gonna have the same opinion as you, my brother. Like, you over here with emojis and shit, you really in your feelings. I'm not understanding where this anger coming from, bro. Everybody entitled to their opinion. All right, he only had one fight at 135, but this is a 2-division world champion. And he's taking some step-up fights, and he's looked good each time. This is a skilled guy.
You know how I look at that? That's how, like, what they say with Boots. People want, Boots not ready. Who has he fought? He passed the eye test, bro. I don't want to hear shit.
Bro, nobody want to fight him. Test. Bro, nobody want to fight Boots. So it's like, all right, who has he fought? Bro, you act like he not trying.
Exactly.
That's exactly
it. Y'all can't be mad and say these guys not fighting no one when they calling out every name and these guys is just flat out ducking. And it's the truth.
Bro, he taking them how he come.
I don't think Devin Haney want to fight at 135 at least. I don't know about 140, but at 135 he don't want to fight with Shakur. Pitbull Cruz, he denied the fight with Shakur as well. Like, who else is there to fight? Kambosos denied it. Lomachenko denied it. The only one I think honestly willing to fight is Tank. But, you know, he got his own things going on right now, so we can't speak too much on that right now. Like, we'll find out what he going to do soon.
Yeah.
But it ain't Shakur's fault. That's how I look at it. It ain't Shakur's fault. The man has the skill to be in there with all them guys in there. He arguably got the best skill at 135, for real, for real.
Yeah, and I remember they were saying the same shit about Terrence Crawford. They were saying the same shit about Terrence Crawford. It was like, oh, he's only, after he beat Jeff Horn and became the WBO champion, oh, he's only had one fight at 147. How y'all gonna say that he's not this and he's not that? Then he went on to make a statement. I'm not saying that Shakur is Bud. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it's pretty similar, dog. Like, these dudes is not trying to fight Shakur. All right, he only got one fight at 35. He just moved up. Bro, we know this. We know this for sure. Bro, we watch the sport just like you do. But the problem is like, they're not giving him a chance. So what he's supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? And you keep talking about what will he do when he get hit? We don't know because he hasn't been hit yet. We don't know. We just know that he got great defense, and he's passed every test that's been in front of him so far, whether it's been Jamel Herring, whether it's been Joette Gonzalez, whether it's been Oscar Valdez. He stepped up every time. He became unified champion. That's something that Tank has not done. You know what I'm saying? If we being honest and we really looking at this, if we really looking at things, Tank only, and I'm a big fan of Tank, so don't get it fucked up. I'm not hating on him. He's only had one official belt in his career, and it was the IBF 130-pound strap after he beat Jose Pedraza. When he went up to 135, he had the regular version of the WBA, and I still think he has it. And that's why they was trying to get him to be Devin Haney's mandatory, and then Leonard Ellerby called it off, and then they just went about it their own way. Then he went up to 140. When he fought Mario Barrios, it was for Mario Barrios' WBO regular title. It was for the WBA regular title because he didn't have the full version of the WBA because that's when Josh Taylor was undisputed. So if we being really honest, they keep calling Gervonta Davis a 3-division world champion, when in actuality, he's only had one legit title in the 3 weight classes that he's been in. You know what I'm saying? But even Tank said it himself. He don't give a fuck about the belt. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Shakur is accomplished. That man has been a unified champion out of the 2 divisions that he's been in. He's moving up and he's trying to make a statement. But how can you be mad at a man who's trying to take the chances? They're not trying to present him with one. Look at what Boo's going through right now. Just like what Josh said. Look what Boo's going through right now at 147. Nobody wants to give this man an opportunity. They just say it later. I remember Virgil Ortiz like, oh, we'll see each other later down the line. All right. Keith Thurman, he's saying everything except that he want to rumble Boots. Exactly. Ugas, he said he'll fight him later down the line. Bud, he said he got bigger fish to fry. He going up to 154.
Earl's out the division.
Earl moving up to 54, bro. Yeah, he had enough of 47.
He already said it. Yeah.
He had enough. So this is the difficulties right now. This is what he's going through. You know what I'm saying? So I can't never shit on a man who's not being presented any opportunity. We just gotta wait and see, unfortunately. And I can't get mad if Shakur fight a dude that nobody give a fuck about. He shouldn't face no type of criticism because he's made it clear that he wants the big fights. So if he end up fighting a dude that's obviously a mismatch, he gotta stay active. He gotta feed his family. You can't knock that man. You know what I mean? Look at this dude. He said, okay, Mark. So in a 12-round fight, you think Tank not going to land? That's not the problem, bro. You act like every shot Gervonta lands is, like, capable of putting him to sleep. Like, bro, people stand up. There's people who stand up to Tank's punches. It's not like every shot is dynamite. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might hit Shakur, but is he going to hit Shakur with that big, devastating shot? We don't know.
Yeah, and
because you can hit somebody
hard to hit in general. It's gonna be a hard fight. It ain't gonna be easy for Shakur to just get hit with something flush. He might get touched, like you said, but it doesn't mean he's gonna get hit flush with a shot. It's hard for me. It's hard to picture him getting hit with something flush like that. But it's possible. It is possible. Tank has the skill, so it's crazy that you making it seem like Tank just guaranteed on flushing. Like there's no chance in the world for Shakur to win. Like, that's wild to me. Like, you can't be a boxing fan and say that. Like, you gotta be a huge Tank fan. You being biased towards them. That's how I look at it. And for your opinion, I think Tank wins too. I think Tank wins, but like, I know Tank can lose that fight too. A lot of times Tank lose the first half of the fight off of letting a guy build momentum. And you
can't do that against Shakur.
You don't do that against Shakur. You let him get off them first 6 rounds. What happens if you still not landing your punch in the next 6 rounds? Then what? You go into a decision and he pitched a shutout.
Yeah,
like
and I think
that's definitely possible.
And I think Tank is aware of that, so I don't think he will even take them kind of chances. He know who and who not to do that with. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But there's no way you could look at Shakur and look at what he's done in the sport, look at his overall skill set, really analyze the guy and think that he has 0 chance against Tank. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's just like,
disrespectful.
I think a lot of people's fanboyism just overshadows like they intellectualism. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of them, like, it overshadows they open-mindedness. It overshadows like them being realistic. You know what I mean? Like I said,
I see that
Tank
shit a
is
lot,
very
bro.
capable of being Shakur, but Shakur has the tools. He has the skill set to defeat a Gervonta Davis as well. And whenever it's a situation like that where I'm not sure where it may land, I'm gonna call it a 50-50, just like anybody else would. You know what I'm saying? Rolly versus Davies. I don't know too much about Davies, bro. I know that he a UK fighter. He just signed with Golden Boy. So Golden Boy trying to push the mandatory because I believe Davies is Rolly mandatory right now. Look at this dude. He's a fucking goofy. Look, it's a 95-5 in Tank's
bro.
favor.
Yo,
bro,
pay this nigga no mind. He trolling, bro. He trolling, bro. He trolling.
Bro, you know what, bro? This is what I'm gonna do, bro. I can't stand niggas like that.
He can't be serious, bro. This nigga
bro,
trolling.
It is what it is, bro. I'm gonna go back up to this one. As soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, you blocked.
Yeah, 95-5. Anyway, the fuck you talking about, nigga? The fuck?
Bro,
I ain't never hear that shit.
Bro, this is what I've been dealing with these last couple days, bro. That's what I've been dealing with. Shit been wild. But Rolly versus Davies, that's a little bit off track, but I'm gonna still talk about it. Like I said, I never watched too much of Davies. I know that I think Josh Taylor beat him, if I'm not mistaken. He's from the UK. I know he just signed with Golden Boy, so Oscar De La Hoya is trying to push that mandatory fight against Rolly. Rolly looking like he's the softest link at 140 right now, especially after that performance against Barroso. He's looking like food, and that's why everybody wants to fight him. It reminds me when Jeff Horn got that controversial win over Pacquiao. Everybody wanted to fight him.
Everybody in their moms was on that nigga ass.
Bro, you never heard Danny Garcia call nobody out. He was like, yo, man,
I want Jeff Horn.
Yo, I'll rumble you, cuz, like, they knew he was
Everybody
food.
was on that, bro.
Bro, even with Cambosis. Bro, even with Cambosis, after he beat Teofimo, everybody jumping out the woodwork. It's like, yo, I'll fight you. Shakur
you don't never see that, bro. You don't never see that till it's a scrub.
Yo, Shakur was at 130 at the time, and he was like, I move up to 135. Bro, like niggas knew he was food, bro. So
they knew what's up.
Yeah, so I said all that to say, Rolly just looking like the easiest champion to beat at 140 right now. So they trying to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? De La Hoya just signed Davies. He trying to get another world champion under his belt. Mm-hmm. So I ain't knocking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know too much about the bull neither. That's why I ain't got too much to say. I don't know him.
Yeah. That's exactly why I said that's off topic. I never watched Davies that much, so I can't really give you like an in-depth analysis. I would definitely have to go check him out and then give you my opinion later. But I'm not about to sit here and act like Rolly gonna steamroll him or some shit like that, because I don't know what the dude's capable of. I just know that I think he lost to Josh Taylor a little while back when he was undefeated. And I think he tried to press Mayweather about the Tank fight one time. And Tank,
I know what you're talking about now. I seen that. Yeah, Mayweather started telling him like
Mayweather started tapping him on the chest. He was like, man, you bugging, bro. Started telling him that's all I really remember. But shout out to the boxing section. He said, yo. He said, I'm favoring Tank, but it will be a great fight, and that's what we want. Exactly. It's like, bro, if you really, that's the thing too. A lot of these boxing fans, like, they want to talk shit about other fighters and all this shit, but they be like bitching ahead their favorite fighters go up against them. Like, there's a lot of people in the UK who be talking crazy about Deontay Wilder, bro. Talk crazy about him. They the biggest Anthony Joshua fans. Joshua's skill set is superior to Deontay Wilder's. I think he'll knock Wilder out. Bro, you know how you neutralize all of that? All right, let's see it happen then. Yeah. Deontay Wilder's not a draw. Oh, he doesn't even have a belt. As if Anthony Joshua got one. Excuses, as if Anthony Joshua got one right now. Bro, Anthony Joshua is 2-2 in his last 4 fights. That boy breaking. He on a 500 record right now. But chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's see these fights happen. If y'all understand that these two guys are great and they in the same weight class, if you want to see boxing grow, you want to see it evolve, you want it to be that great sport it used to be, they gotta fight each other, bro. They gotta fight each other. Did you see how live boxing was when Ryan fought Tank? Did you see how much
set the tone?
Bro, that set the tone, right? Did you see how live boxing was, especially amongst the hardcore boxing fans? When Plant fought Benavidez, bro, when Earl fought Spence, bro, everybody was outside, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, you couldn't go around nowhere without people talking about that fight of boxing.
Yeah, casuals, everybody, bro.
Bro, nobody will ever come. Bro, there's people coming up to me at my job who never care to watch boxing. They're like, "You checking out that fight tonight? Oh, I heard that's gonna be a big fight."
Yeah.
And when the casuals talking about it, you know that the magnitude of the fight is crazy.
It's up there. It's big, yup.
It's just what it is, bro. He said, I think Shakur should go after Pitbull Cruz and make a statement, then go for Tank. Now, that sounds like a good idea, but is it realistic? Pitbull obviously don't want to fight Shakur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pitbull is hell-bent on getting that rematch against Gervonta Davis. I don't know what his obsession is. I don't know if it's the money or he just salty that he lost to Tank. I don't know what it is, bro, but that's all his there's other champions. There's other top guys that he could fight, but he just hell-bent on
Cruz
fighting.
Need to chill. He
dude
got outboxed and Tank used one hand. That's how I look at it, bro. Like, he need to relax.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that, bro. Tank beat you handicap, bro.
Yeah,
Tank beat you handicap.
I really don't want to see that rematch, to be honest.
Like, they only bigging up, bro, I'm going to keep it a buck. They only bigging up this rematch because he didn't get knocked out.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
He made Tank go 12 rounds, so everybody in awe, like, oh my God, this dude, he doesn't have the power to knock out Isaac Cruz. I'm like, bro, he didn't have to.
Yeah, facts.
That was one of Tank's best performances to date.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody said.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro,
he showed the tools in that fight, bro.
Tank showed that he not all about the power, bro. Like, if shit go left and he can't rely on his power, he got the skill set to outbox a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he was in there with a shorter fighter. Since when Tank ever been in there with somebody shorter than him?
For bro, ain't Tank like 5'5", 5'4".
Tank like 5'5". The dude, Isaac Cruz, like 5'3".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tank said himself that it felt mad awkward. He was talking about it the whole fight, like it's going to be awkward from having a punch down. He used to fight in all tall guys because he's a small guy.
Yo, shout out to Southpaw TV. He said, stay up, Mazuma. The channel going to keep on growing. And you a big reason why, so thank you, man. I appreciate that. Chris, that's Chris. You remember Chris? He wrote Mazuma Bob.
Yeah, Chris.
What's going on?
Yo, congratulations, Chris.
Yeah, bro. He came off
I seen that. That's
I gotta
up,
start,
man.
What I'm gonna start doing once my channel start popping off, bro. Like once I really start getting like consistent views and shit like that, I'm gonna start putting up my amateurs fights on my channel and shit, so people can really see them and what they do. I got the full video of Chris fight, bro. Chris fight was impressive, man. He was in there with a bigger dude, and he brought the fight to him, and he drowned him. So that was a good joint, man. That was a good fight. That was a good bounce back fight because he lost his previous fight. So that was a good joint. All love. Yeah, shout out Southpaw, bro. All love, man. You wrote patience, Mark. Yeah, for sure, bro. We just gonna stay consistent till that shit come our way. But the next joint I want to talk about is Canelo-Charlo. That's the next big fight that's on the horizon right now. I believe they fighting at the end of September. And from what I heard, their official press conference starts tomorrow.
Yeah, in New York. Yeah.
So what I want to know is, you entitled to your opinion, bro. Well, it's actually a prediction, in all honesty. How do you think? Because we all know how Canelo played. Canelo played cool until a motherfucker played with him, and then he started talking his shit. How do you think Jermell is gonna approach Canelo? Do you think he's gonna be respectful? Do you think he's gonna be disrespectful? How do you think he's gonna get us up? Because traditionally, Jermell is an emotional dude. You know what I mean? And he talk that shit to fighters, and he tell you exactly what he want to do to you. He even be coming at the media when they say a question he don't like, He's just an overall emotional dude. So how do you think he's gonna approach? If you had a guess, how do you think he's gonna approach this press conference against Canelo?
Damn, that's hard to say because I know what you mean. He definitely is emotional, but like he's one of them guys like he's unpredictable. Jamel unpredictable. Sometimes he be calm as shit, then at other moments he blow the fuck up. So I don't know if I had to say. I think he gonna be chilling though. I think he gonna try to remain calm for this fight because it's a big fight. So I don't think he want to get riled up in his emotions, knowing that like that's something a lot of people know him for. So I think that's something he gonna try to keep like under check, so that he's like 100% focused on the game plan. I don't think he gonna sit out there and be polite to him neither. He gonna talk a little shit, but I don't think it's gonna be nothing where it's like borderline disrespectful. Or these niggas start going back and forth, shoving, a smack happening or some shit. I don't think it gets to that extent.
Yeah, he can't afford to get slapped, especially at this.
Nah, he can't take that, man. Listen, if he gets slapped, it's gonna be like, damn.
Because Canelo will smack him though.
Yo, Canelo will swing on you, bro. That motherfucker's about it, bro.
If Canelo feel threatened, he will swing.
Yeah, no, he for sure.
But this is my problem, man. This is my problem. Charlo be running his mouth real loose with a lot of these guys, right? Tim Tszyu, not even really a trash talker, but the build up to that fight before the injury, he was talking mad shit to Tim Tszyu. Brian Castano don't even speak English.
Yeah.
He don't even speak English. He was talking shit to Brian Castano, right? He was cool. The first Tony Harrison fight, he was cool.
Yeah.
Then after they gave him that decision, then he started talking crazy in the second fight. What I'm trying to say is, he run his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
He do.
He run his mouth.
Every time I see him, it's always something, bro. It's always something with him, who he gonna fight, or someone from another camp, some shit. But
you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, keep that same fucking energy with Canelo, bro. A lot of these dudes, they look at Canelo like he a god. They look at Canelo as if like he's just him. And they real respectful dude. Like it remind me of I remember Jermell did an interview and he was like bigging up Canelo, like, yeah, man, he pound for pound #1. He the biggest star in boxing. I'm like, bro, do you understand that you in the sport too? Like, why are you placing it like as a competitor? Why are you placing this man above you? You know what I'm saying? You the undisputed. He was undisputed at the time.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't know. That's why I don't know how he gonna come out, bro. Because he definitely was like showing Canelo his flowers, like talking Canelo up. But then at the same time, he got a tendency to get crazy. So
look at this shit, bro. These dudes just keep on, bro. So he put the Mexican out to Mexico. I'm gonna give y'all a little something that I found out. So on my dad's side, we did the ancestry.com. And like my seventh, like my great grandfather came from Mexico, right? He took the at one particular time, I think Puerto Rico was having like a sugar cane John, and a lot of people was traveling to Puerto Rico so they could work, and pick up the sugar cane and get paid. He took a boat over to Puerto Rico, started the family, went back over to Mexico, and then he ended up passing away. So I said all that to say that I got Mexican in me. So I don't even know why people act like I got something against Mexicans because I don't like Canelo. He went on to say, I don't like how you support Southpaw TV. He don't like us. First of all, that man entitled to take any approach he want. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga got Canelo as his profile, John, bro. Don't
yeah.
Bro.
And
this the exact what time he on, bro.
Yeah, bro. And this the exact dude that Southpaw be talking about.
Yo,
and he said, watch how you speak about Canelo.
Canelo to Canelo fans.
You hear
this? They go wild.
He said, watch how you speak about Canelo. Or what? Or
bro,
what?
I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
He said,
bro, we
watch
on
how you
YouTube,
speak about
but
Canelo.
You right there
What you gonna do?
Nigga, like,
bro, exactly. Look at that. What you gonna do about it, nigga? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I would have said. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing but type on your dead computer. So watch your mouth, nigga. Fuck you
niggas
talking about?
Be talking, bro.
When you see me, tell me to watch how I talk about Canelo and see if I won't open hand you, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Fuck. You know what? Get this nigga the fuck up out of here. Southpaw my nigga, bro. He support me more than all y'all niggas do. So fuck you talking about. That's my guy. He can say whatever he want. He can say whatever he want. Fuck you talking about. Anyway, shit, I forgot what I was talking about. He threw me off with all that. But oh yeah.
Yo, why they be getting crazy in the chat like this, bro? What's up,
bro, I'm trying to tell you, ever since like my channel started getting a little bit more subscribers, bro, these niggas been coming on and been trying me, bro.
It's gonna be like that, though.
I've been keeping it cool too.
Yeah.
I've been keeping it real cool. But it's like y'all niggas about to bring the hood side up out of me. Y'all niggas tripping. Hero Mazuma TV and Southpaw TV, great channel. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you. But I really, for the sake of it, bro, Charlo run his mouth with all these other guys, bro. I hope he run his mouth with Canelo, bro. I don't want to see no boring ass press conference. You know what I mean? I want him to be stomped down Charlo like he always been. You know what I'm saying? Talk crazy, say what he gonna do to you, all types of shit. I want to see smoke at that press conference because I feel like these dudes give Canelo way too much respect, bro.
Yeah.
Way too much respect. Like, I understand, like, you know what I mean? He popular, you know what I mean? He like the biggest dude out in Mexico right now, all that good shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, he a regular man just like you.
Yeah.
You became undisputed just like him. And you probably had a harder route than he did, in all honesty. So it's like, so what, you gonna have so much respect for this man, and then you gonna translate that into the ring where you just can't believe you in front of Canelo? These dudes get like starstruck. You know what I mean? And then they don't be knowing what to do with the dude, or they act like they can't perform to the best of their ability because it's Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So their press conference going on tomorrow. I hope Jermell get in that bag and he really shake things up, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be better for boxing, that's for sure.
Ever since they announced this fight, it's been real quiet. Yeah, you know what I mean? Not really any type of real good promo going on. So I gotta see what's going on, man. I need to see some smoke, bro. Fuck you.
For sure. We're gonna find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we definitely gonna find out. He will bring up Canelo ducking his brother. Hey man, bro, in all honesty, bro, they've been trying to rumble each other because the Charlo brothers was signed with Golden Boy too. You know what I'm saying? While Al Heyman was doing business with Richard Schaefer and Golden Boy Promotions, that's why they was calling Floyd Mayweather a Golden Boy fighter. Because at the time, Golden Boy was signing all his checks and he was fighting all Golden Boy fighters. You know what I'm saying? So at one particular time, both of the Charlos was with Golden Boy. They were supposed to match up with Canelo several times in the past, and it just never happened. You know what I mean? And they ended up splitting their ways. Al Heyman came out with PBC. They done had some lawsuits against each other or whatever, so they separated. And Canelo ended up leaving Golden Boy, and now he's taking fights over here. So now the opportunity presented itself for them to do so. And I don't know if you saw it, Josh, but Canelo's trainer, Eddie Reynoso, he did an interview with Lil Giants Boxing, and he said that after Jermell, they're going to pursue Jamal.
Yeah, I seen that.
What's your thoughts on that?
I was talking to my cousin. He a huge Canelo fan, and he was talking about who he think Canelo's gonna fight, and I was telling him, I said, yo, I think Canelo gonna go after both the brothers, and then the winner. For me, I thought he would try to go for Errol Spence, and I heard that Errol Spence team sent Canelo an offer too. So I thought if he won that was gonna be the 3 potential fights, and I was fine with it. I ain't tripping. I wish Benavidez's name was tossed in there, to be honest, but I guess we'll have to see. I'm not mad at him fighting both the Charlos. I mean, you know, I think that's pretty good. They talked about, you know, both of them fighting. I know back in the day when Canelo was at 154, you know, they wanted to see him fight Jamel and Jamal. Then he went up. Jamal was at 160. They wanted to see that fight. Now they at 168. You know, I'm fine with that fight. I think Canelo wins the Jamal-Charlo fight. I think Jamel is more a bigger challenge in my opinion.
Well, the problem that I have with this fight, in all honesty, look, Stop Motion MMA said, hope he brings up the steroids use. Just like how Caleb Plant did. Yo, Canelo was pissed, bro. He was trying to play.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you
was tight.
Yo, bro, he's like, you don't talk about my mom. You don't talk about my mom. I fuck up. He was like, I fuck up anybody. I'm like, nigga, ain't nobody talking about your mom, bro. You was just mad because
he started going wild. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He was just mad because he brought up him being a cheater and shit. He
Yeah,
was like,
that's
"Oh,
what
can I
it really
talk about my
was.
mom?"
That's what it really was. They
Huh?
started talking about that cow meat, whatever the fuck Canelo was talking about.
Uh-huh.
He
Caleb Plant
started
brought
feeling
that shit up,
sensitive.
and they started getting real
Yeah.
uncomfortable. So Canelo found something to distract them. He was like, "Oh, you don't talk about my mom." I'm like, "Yeah, nigga. Yeah, okay, whatever."
The
But
worries started getting him tight. That's what
yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
you know damn well he wasn't talking about your mom, nigga. So anyway, um, so what I was gonna say was, damn shit, that shit kind of threw me off. Fuck, damn, what the hell I was talking about?
What we was on? We was talking about the route, him fighting Jamel and Jamal.
Oh yeah. That's the problem I got with that. It's like, all right, so you got a 3-fight deal with PBC, right? So Al Heyman, literally, how the way I'm looking at it, and I'm sure Al Heyman looking at it at this way too. I got 3 attempts to overthrow Canelo, cause he
Yeah.
with PBC, but it's a limited time. Cause you know, as soon as he get these 3 fights done, he gonna go explore other options. He's not gonna stay loyal to PBC. So he got 3 chances to beat Canelo, and he understands that if any of his fighters under his stable beat Canelo, they could become them next ones. You know what I'm saying? They could be them next stars coming up in boxing. They could be they stock going soar. It's gonna bring more money to the table. So with that being considered, it's like based off of Canelo's moves right now, it seems as if he's going for the lowest risk with the highest reward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
No,
his
yeah,
first
you right
fight,
about that. You
his
right about
first
that.
fight, his first fight in a 3-fight deal is a guy who's moving up 2 weight classes.
Right.
Who even said, and you know he's not you know that it's just like a one-off because Jermell said, man, after this fight, regardless of what happens, I'm going back down to 54.
Yeah.
So
Back
let you know
then.
he a full-fledged 154 pounder, right? So then let's say he beats Jermell, right? Then he's gonna pursue Jamal. Jamal hasn't fought in over 2 years. This man is battling some real life things going on right now. It seems like he's dealing with a little bit of alcoholism.
Yeah.
He's going through disputes with his ex-wife or whatever you want to call her. Seems like they're getting things back together. I don't know exactly what's going on, but regardless, Jamal is struggling from a mental standpoint right now. The last thing I think he's worried about right now is boxing. But with Jamal most likely having that money running short, he might accept that fight out of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's 2 out of the 3 right there. So let's say he beats Jamal. That third fight is like who else is it under the PBC stable that's really gonna give Canelo a run for his money besides Benavidez?
Right.
You
No,
know what
I agree with you on that. I
And
mean,
I feel
hopefully
like,
that is the last fight that they looking at.
bro, if I'm Al Heyman, I have to make that fight happen.
Yeah, no, that's
I
for
have to
sure.
make that fight happen because you already taken 2 guys who they both on an uphill battle against you. All right, so this is gonna be your last fight with PBC, and most likely you're not gonna come back. I'm gonna give you this tough fight at the end. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna leave PBC, I want you to leave PBC with a loss against one of my guys.
Right, right.
That's how I'm looking at it. So, in all honesty, it's like, what other fight makes sense? Because them 2 first fights don't both of them fights right there don't even make more sense than Benavidez fight. Like
No,
Benavidez is
not
the
at
fight
all.
I
Yeah.
want to see.
If Canelo at 168, the fight that make the most sense is definitely Benavidez. Him
Yeah.
going for Charlo, I don't know what created that. I guess it's because, Charlo had brought it up that he will go up and
Mm-hmm.
fight Canelo, but the fight, it don't make no sense in all honesty. I like the fight for Charlo. I like Charlo as a fighter, so I like that he gets the opportunity in that big money fight as well. So that's why I'm all for the Jamel fighting him.
Yep.
Jamal, I agree with you on the whole. He hasn't fought in 2 years, and I do think Canelo going strategically about his fights. As he does with almost all his fights, and I guess I'll be fine with it so long as the last fight is Benavidez. If the last fight for sure ends up being Benavidez, I could be fine with that because it's like I don't know who else would be like a big fight at 168, you know, to see what Canelo. You know, I'm not too sure too many names unless they said David Morrell, but I know he's still upcoming, so I'm like I don't like throwing his name in the mix yet. You know, I haven't seen him fight too much neither, but unless he gonna go and fight the rematch with Bivol or go up and fight Better Beef, you know, I guess that would have been a good fight for him as well. But besides that, it's not too many fights. You know, he should be fighting Benavidez, and then the second fight could have been Benavidez, and then the third fight could have been a rematch, regardless of who wins. That would have been a better route, in all honesty.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, what's funny is Canelo's gonna make everybody go up to 168 because apparently he said he has trouble making 160. I don't know how, but regardless, he said he's struggling to make 160. So with that being considered, is like his first two opponents. How many fights do they have at 165 at 168 combined?
Right, zero.
Zero, right?
You
making one dude, you making the one brother move up 2 weight classes, and then you're gonna make the other dude move up 1 weight class when he hasn't fought his original weight class in over 2 years. So there's that. So I feel like the only fight that really makes sense out of the 3 would be a Benavidez fight.
Yeah.
Al Heyman cannot let Canelo slide out of this deal without fighting David Benavidez, bro. If he's able to get out of this contract, if he's able to fulfill this contract without Benavidez being one of the fights, PBC and Al Heyman failed, bro.
Yeah, that's going to be a major downfall for them if they do that. Yeah. I agree on that.
You about to spend all this money. You about to spend all this money on Canelo, like y'all did with Caleb Plant and all that, to not get a Benavidez fight and cash out on y'all investment. Y'all tripping, bro. Yeah. This is a fight that'll do real life numbers, bro. Not because of us, but because of the Mexican people. Yeah. These Mexican people are gonna be in the fucking building for this fight, bro. Yeah. This is something that the Mexican people have been asking for since forever. Like Marquez is like, why Canelo won't fight Benavidez? Eric Morales, Barrera be talking about it. Chavez be talking about it, bro. This is real popular amongst the Mexican people. So they gonna tune in and watch. They gonna be in the building for sure. You gonna see Mexican flags all over this motherfucker, bro. Yeah. This shit gonna go crazy. And the thing is like it's a win-win for either guy. Well, whoever wins is gonna benefit them in a major way because if Canelo beats Benavidez, they're gonna use that as a way to say that he's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time because he got rid of a legitimate threat, right? They're gonna be like, oh man, he took out a young, hungry lion. Man, he's the greatest Mexican fighter we've seen. He's greater than Chavez. Then they'll start talking about that, right? However, if Benavidez beats Canelo, it's gonna be like the passing of the torch. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like the Mexican dude who was on top for a long time. He had his time or whatever. You know what I mean? He was just too old. He couldn't keep up with Benavidez. So it's just gonna be the passing of the torch. Like, all right, you the next Mexican dude that's on top right now. You the one who gonna carry the crown. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they looking at it, bro. It's a win-win for either guy. It's a huge reward for whoever wins out of this. But I think that's what Canelo fears. I think that Canelo wouldn't mind losing to anybody that's black.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
Rican,
just not another Mexican.
Asian, but it's him losing to another Mexican, that's the problem. Yeah. He has an issue with that because you know that it's gonna affect him. It's gonna hurt his pride if he loses to somebody who's the same ethnicity as him. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be the man in Mexico. He wants to be known as the greatest fighter in Mexico. He don't want to go out like Chavez did against De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? Like Chavez just couldn't beat De La Hoya no matter what he did. De La Hoya had his card. He had no choice but to pass the baton to Oscar De La Hoya. And that's a hurtful situation knowing that you're not the man no more. So I just think that it's Canelo's ego and his pride and his fear of losing his status is the reason why he's going around saying he don't want to fight Mexican fighters no more. But it's in your history, bro. Yeah. It's in your history. You fought Josecito Lopez. You fought Alfred Angulo. You fought Chavez Jr. Yeah. You fought I'm sure there's more. You fought Carlos
Lopez.
Yeah, I said that.
He was trying to fight Victor Ortiz.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember that too. But he fought old ass Carlos Baldomir, bro.
Yeah. Yup.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that can't be the reason because you got a history of fighting them. Unless you just suddenly change your mind. But he said that he don't want to fight Mexican fighters because he represents Mexico. So Barrera and Morales didn't represent Mexico when they fought each other?
Yeah, I don't like that he said that.
I don't
That's some
understand
bullshit.
that.
That's a cop-out.
I don't
That's a
understand that.
cop-out.
It is a cop-out, bro. I don't understand that. I don't understand that point of view.
Yeah, I'm
You know
not
what I
trying to
mean?
hear
Just,
that. If you, it'd be different if he ain't never fought a Mexican and he stand by that. I'd be like, all right, maybe he really believe in that shit. But come on, bro, you ain't sit here, go fight Chavez and all these other guys, and then now out of nowhere, when you see someone who's competitive, someone in your weight, someone you can lose to, is, oh yeah, I don't want to fight Mexicans. Like,
yeah, now that motherfucking water getting hot, now you don't want to jump in. That's
I
what
don't
it's
like that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But Canelo gonna do whatever he want to do at the end of the day. But Al Heyman really has to put this motherfucking work in. And they already setting the play up. Because I think the WBC said in March they're gonna make Benavidez the official mandatory. Even after I thought they already did, they're gonna make him the mandatory. The winner, I believe, of Andrade and Benavidez, which is also a tough ass fight, will be the mandatory for, you know what I mean, Canelo's WBC title. But yeah, bro, it's a crazy situation. They cannot let this man run out of that network without fighting that dude, man.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If I'm Benavidez and they let that slide, I'll be pissed. I'll be extremely unsatisfied with what. My bad, you hear me?
Yeah.
Somebody was calling me. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Yo, Josh.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. I
Of
appreciate
course.
you coming on. That was a great talk. We've been on here for an hour and some change.
Yeah, that John flew.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah.
Time flies. You know what I'm saying? It really be like that. But shout out to Mazuma Nation and the Mazuma. I really gotta get out of here because they blowing my phone. Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to Mazuma Mob. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
Yo, go subscribe.
Yup. Subscribe. Check out Mazuma merch. All that.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.